The battle for the future of cryptocurrencies continues to rage in Washington right now. If the bill which is being proposed goes through in its original version, that is bad news bears for the crypto industry, particularly for American crypto investors. However, if we can get the proposed amendments to get pushed through, then things are going to be okay. I'll break that down for you in today's video. Also, some more Bitcoin ETF news and a bit of comedic relief from JP Morgan at the end of today's video, so make sure to stick around until the end to catch those funny jokes. My name's Lark. Every day I make videos talking about cryptocurrency investing, so if that's a topic that you would like to learn some more about, make sure you subscribe to the Lark Davis channel, gently tap on the thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm, and of course click on the notification bell to know when I put out a new video. So let's just go ahead and jump in and have a quick look at the charts here. Not going to spend too much time on the charts today, just wanted to discuss a few little things here. Bitcoin has once again come up into that sticky area of resistance. You can see the daily candle closed right there on that line. Now this line, if you go back, we can see it acting as resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, and even resistance all the way back here. Pretty tricky line here for Bitcoin. We did have a brief break above that last week, but then of course we shortly thereafter lost that. We did have a bounce off of the 200-day exponential moving average here. Big wick on this candle right here. Pretty amazing to see. Bitcoin got all the way to $37,300 here before buyers stepped it up big time, pushing the price up to $41,500, showing that dips are still being bought. The investors have not soured on the market. There's still a lot of optimism in the market right now in spite of the regulatory stuff going on over in the USA. When Bitcoin investors see big dips, they're gobbling up the dips. That happened on some pretty decent volume there, as you can see as well. So definitely buyers stepping up in that situation here. Hopefully we don't get too much drama happening over the weekend, but you guys know weekends tend to be situations of lower volume trading in general, not always, but usually that's the case. And with this regulatory FUD floating around right now, watch out. Just, tread carefully over the weekend, I would say. By the way, if you want to trade some Bitcoin, some Ethereum, whatever your fancy might be, you need yourself an account over on Bybit, the best place to long and to short Bitcoin and a wide range of different cryptocurrencies. They're doing 0% spot trading for market makers right now as well, and they're running a massive bonus promotion where you can get up to $1,600 in trading bonuses. $600 is the standard offer, plus $1,000, up to $1,000 anyway, for making deposits. You can see the different deposit tiers here on the screen right now. So use the link down below in the description to start your account and start trading over there. Okay, now let's go ahead and get into the big story of today. Obviously, we have to start off by talking about the infrastructure bill. Now, it looks like there could be a vote on this bill over the weekend. It's got a lot of bipartisan support, probably going to pass. Apparently, the White House is coming out in support of the Warner-Portman-Sinema crypto amendment. That is the original crypto amendment, which does all kinds of bad things to the cryptocurrency industry in the United States. We talked about all the bad things it does the other day, but we're talking about making it less private, harder for users, a big attack on proof of stake and on crypto mining, and just not good stuff. Not good stuff at all. The White House is supporting that. That's not surprising. This amendment that's being smashed into an infrastructure bill has no place being there, but these are just big pork barrel kind of bills where everyone just gets a little piece of whatever their fantasy is, and that's what ends up being in these bills. But it's for the infrastructure. A little bit is for the infrastructure. A lot of it's for a lot of other stuff. But Janet Yellen, she's the Treasury Secretary. This appears to be something that has come from the Treasury Secretary, handed off to an elected representative. They, of course, then introduced legislation. So obviously, the White House is supporting this amendment, which is very, very unfortunate because it's a big attack on cryptocurrencies in the United States. And I want America on board. I want Americans to have as much access as possible to cryptocurrency. I want everyone to have as much access as possible to cryptocurrencies. Your government, if you live in the US, your government's already been screwing you over by not letting you get into token sales and stuff like this, excluding you from airdrops. They've made it already very difficult to operate in the USA. Some states like New York make it super draconian, which is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You have so many countries innovating and trying to pull that business in right now, and America's here doing the opposite. Anyway, the newest amendment that has come out from the original bill essentially would say, hey, proof of work mining for Bitcoin, that's going to be okay, but proof of stake, that's going to be a problem. Basically saying anybody who's staking then needs to have like a broker's license or something. It's just not good. Not good stuff. So my thought on this is that if this crypto bill passes, the original version or something close to the original version, this is essentially going to put America out of the crypto game. This is an economic opportunity that is as big as the internet, as impactful as the internet. And America is basically saying, we want to push that away. We want to let somebody else get all the riches from this. Let somebody else be the leaders in this space. That's ridiculous. It's the economic opportunity of the century for any company, a country. Countries are basically companies at this point anyway, but different topic. But it's an incredible opportunity for any country who can really establish themselves as leaders in this industry. And just look what Singapore's done. Singapore has been a massive leader in the space. Switzerland has been a massive leader in the space. We see so much business going into those countries. It would be a very, very silly step for America to miss this opportunity or make this opportunity much less than it could be for them. And of course, then the reality is that a lot of Americans, regular people who want to be participating in these things, they are the ones who end up getting left behind. More so than they already have been by their politicians. And as Heidi, blockchain chick, from the Crypto Tips YouTube channel, great channel, by the way, go check Heidi's stuff out if you haven't yet. But as she says, the rest of the world is licking their lips. There's lots of countries out there that are happy to welcome any companies that may find it harder to do business in the USA after a bill like this passes. But here's the important thing. The bill has not passed yet. You still have senators like Cynthia Lummis and Pat Toomey who are out there actually fighting. They've got a different amendment they've written up, an amendment that actually is a positive thing for the cryptocurrency industry that would not be this really bad legislation that these other guys are trying to push through. They're trying to push through a positive amendment. There are people who are doing the right thing here for the cryptocurrency industry. And if you are in the USA, get on the phone. Get on the phone, man. Call your senator. Get on the phone. Give them a call. You can come over here to fightforthefuture.org and put your phone number and zip code in. And they'll direct you to your local lawmaker's office. So you can call them up and basically tell them that you want to see them supporting the Wyden, Toomey, Loomis amendment to the cryptocurrency provision for the infrastructure bill. This is how stuff gets done. You know, these people are elected to represent you, so let them represent you. Give them a call and let them know that you want to see this positive bill, this amendment supported. Because if the other amendment is the one that gets into the infrastructure bill, it's going to have some pretty bad impacts for the cryptocurrency industry in the United States. So get on the phone, guys. Get on the phone. If you are a US-based investor, call up your local representative. That being said, let's now talk about the other way in which US regulators are trying to screw over the market. So as I was discussing yesterday, Gary Gensler, he is in favor of a Bitcoin ETF. He's just not necessarily in favor of a Bitcoin ETF that's actually a Bitcoin ETF of any substance. That would be a Bitcoin ETF backed by actual Bitcoin. He is in favor of a futures-based ETF product, which, you know, for somebody who wants to promote responsible trading, protect investors, literally pushing them in to futures trading does not seem to necessarily be the best way to accomplish that, dude. So what the WTF is going on there? But we want to see the spot Bitcoin ETF coming through. He has made some lukewarm comments on that. He's, as mentioned yesterday, in favor of the Bitcoin futures-backed Bitcoin ETF, which is essentially a paper contract. There's no actual Bitcoin behind that. Now, why is this a bad thing? Because this is the exact kind of BS that allows Wall Street to dictate the markets. It puts Wall Street in the driver's seat. Your favorite organizations, your Goldman Sachs and your JP Morgan, these guys are good friends at JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs, you know, the companies who've always done the right thing for everybody all the time. Those guys are the ones that they want to put in charge of essentially the crypto markets with these futures products. We've seen the suppression that's happened with futures products in other markets, like the gold markets, for example. A Bitcoin ETF linked to Bitcoin futures products, it's not the way forward by any means, but that will not stop people from hopping on to the opportunity. Invesco and ProShares, they're planning to launch Bitcoin futures ETFs. Day after the announcement, they put in their applications. They were ready for it. They were ready for it. I don't want to see those kind of ETF products coming through. They're not what the market needs. They're not what the market wants. Canada has done a spot Bitcoin ETF backed 1-for-1. Perfect. So has Brazil. What's the problem in America? Why can't American regulators figure it out? Why does it have to be futures only? Why can't they do the actual thing and not have paper contracts, but have actual Bitcoin-backed contracts, spot Bitcoin ETFs? That's what the market wants. That's what the market's hungry for, not for more Bitcoin futures products. But that may be what we're getting. At least first, hopefully, of course, somebody talks to Gary and convinces him that, hey man, spot Bitcoin ETF, that's what we really need. Not more futures products. All right, and I know we promised some quick funnies before we end the video today. This story from JP Morgan. So a few weeks ago, obviously JP Morgan's super bearish on Bitcoin. Bitcoin's gone down to 25K. Bitcoin's not a recommended investment. All the usual big market manipulator fudding the bottom, overly optimizing the top. You guys know how it works. Well, guess what? JP Morgan just announced they're going to launch a Bitcoin fund, but only for their wealthiest clients. No Bitcoin for the peasants, just for the millionaires, the billionaires, the family offices. Of course that's the case. Hilarious, though, of course, to see them fudding Bitcoin, and then a couple weeks later, they're offering a Bitcoin fund for their most elite, luxurious clients. Because, of course, that's how it works. That's how it always works. As we always say, don't listen to what they say. Look at what they're actually doing, because they're usually different things. And the final one for you today, the funnies do just keep on rolling in. Senator Elizabeth Warren has come out saying that crypto might need a bailout if the markets crash. How do you tell me that you don't understand anything about the cryptocurrency industry without directly telling me that you don't understand anything about the cryptocurrency industry? That's it. That's it. Oh, hey, where's my bailout? My portfolio went down like crazy in 2018. I didn't get a bailout. Hey, but couldn't we have had a bailout for the last one too? Yeah, throw $100 billion, a couple $100 billion into the Bitcoin market, Elizabeth. Sure. Come on, that's ridiculous. But I don't know. Maybe as we see more Wall Street types getting into Bitcoin, but we'll see bailouts for the banks. Not for you. Oh, don't be silly. You're not going to get a bailout. The banks will, though. They'll be fine. Don't. I know you're worried about the banks. I just want you to know they've got a lot of senators on their side. The banks are going to be okay. They're going to be. You're probably going to lose your house and everything you own, but the banks, they'll be fine. It's all good. The great thing about crypto is that we went through some incredible bear markets, some incredible downturns in the markets. I mean, just think about the recent debacle, craziness, bear trend, whatever stuff, all the hacks, blah, 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 blah. It's amazing. Bitcoin went down over 50%. Ethereum went down 60%. A lot of altcoins went down 70, 80%. Nothing broke. DeFi kept on DeFiing. Bitcoin kept on Bitcoining. People kept aping into NFTs. Chainlink oracles kept working. Nothing broke. Nobody got a bailout. Everything kept working just fine. Because the cryptocurrency industry, it's a pretty tough industry. It's strong. The code's resilient. The networks are powerful. Bitcoin's literally the most powerful computer network in the world. Ethereum's a beast. We don't need bailouts. We're not crybaby banks like JP Morgan. It's money. Crypto market bailouts. Give me a break, lady. Come on. Anyway, just my 2 Satoshis for today. Again, if you are in the US, take some action. Go and make a phone call to your local representatives. Let's hope that we can get the proper legislation jammed into this infrastructure bill. I hate that this is how legislation is done. We're going to have an infrastructure bill. Great. Everybody throw your pet projects on here. Anybody want to throw something into this bill? It's ridiculous. But that's how apparently legislation is done. So since that's the way it's done, hopefully the right thing gets thrown onto that bonfire of a bill. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Let me know down below if you think that the amendment is going to get in. That is the one from Toomey and Loomis, the one that's actually positive for the cryptocurrency industry. Or do you think the amendment from the anti-crypto amendment is going to get into this bill? Let me know down below in the comments section. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and peace out till next time.